thank you for being a guest on my talk show. And today's a very special episode because this is the anniversary of Uncensored. It's been officially been around 2 years, and I just wanted to plug that. And now, like I said, a half-hour conversation. You can say anything you want. It's your time after all. And starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
Sure. Well, thank you, Keith, for having me today. And congratulations on the anniversary. That's very exciting. Just as far as me, or as far as I go, my name is Lauren Harry. I currently reside in Washington, D.C., by the way of Connecticut. I came down here to attend Howard University. I graduated with my BBA in 2012 and recently launched full-time into entrepreneurship. I have 2 companies. Click Consulting is my primary focus right now, where I work with entrepreneurs at every level of their business, primarily either with coaching or through enhancing their marketing efforts. And then I have a clothing line and a media company in Connecticut that I work with 2 partners on. So that's just a little bit about where I am right now.
Hey, well, before we can jump into that, I'm going to ask you 2 easy questions. When you were growing up, did you do any sports? And the second part is, when you were in college, were you a party animal or study nerd?
Well, high school I did play sports. I played basketball from youth until I think my sophomore year of high school. And it was actually pretty awesome. I actually went to go play basketball for like the first time in a long time yesterday, and it felt so good to be back on the court and to be back into just shooting around and playing the game. Basketball has always been a passion of mine. I love playing the game, not so much watching it. And college, it was a balanced lifestyle. Like, I had fun. I think, having fun is a part of the collegiate experience, and I made a lot of my best connections, at parties and events, especially because I work more in the entertainment industry. And I graduated with like a 3.2 GPA, so, I kept my head in the books, but I wasn't like looking for a 4.0. That wasn't my goal coming into college. I did more academics in high school. So my goal in college was to have more of an integrated and balanced lifestyle.
All right. Well, one more easy question. Did he ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids? Sorry, not a human pyramid girl.
Not a human pyramid girl. I haven't had a chance to do that.
Well, would you be up for one, or were you not into that whole type of thing?
I'm not too familiar with it. And you're saying in just almost kind of like a cheerleading pyramid?
It's funny to mention pyramids, but, cheerleading. A lot of people refer to cheerleading, but a lot of people do it for fun, too. But basically, it's just, it's human art, it's exercise, and it's kind of hard to explain, but it's just basically a pyramid where you actually kneel on top of each other and you form a shape of a pyramid. But yes, a lot of people refer to it as cheerleading.
That's very interesting. I've never looked into it.
I love that stuff. I know I'm a loser.
No.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, how did you start your own company, and how did all that come about?
Sure. So my first company, we officially registered, I believe, in 2010. And that just started, I met one of my business partners in a parking garage through a mutual friend, and he had this awesome idea and this great big passion, and he had an artist that he's been working with for so long, and I was, studying more so marketing in high school and really wanting to get a part of that crowd. And once the 3 of us really formed a relationship, we were like, yeah, let's make this commitment to really make something out of this company. And I think it's, 7 years later, we're all still together and still working on making that dream possible. So that's been fantastic. Click started while I was in the summer of 2013. I had a lot of connections with business owners in the district, and the District of Columbia is really going through a big market change, and a lot of businesses in this area weren't really sure how to pivot their marketing, how to really kind of sustain the spaces that they've been in for 30 plus years, to bear the changes in the market. I was working in media sales, and I was looking to get advertising contracts for some of these businesses that were just trying to survive. And they were asking more so for my help and my expertise in marketing and business development, more so than just trying to spend $2,500 or $5,000 on an advertising schedule. So once I started spending more time in that space, my clients started hiring me more for consulting services than they did for media sales. So in 2014, I just took the leap of faith and I jumped into this full time, and the company's made so many shifts since I first started. The first 3 years are always the most challenging, but I'm very happy with the foundation that we've created and some of the directions that we're moving in.
Oh, that's really cool. And like I said to you before we got started, I would love to work with you if that's a possibility. But while putting you on the spot, where do you think my talk show would fit in? Probably the entertainment part, right?
Yeah, sure, maybe. I mean, interviews I just think is always just a great way to have, communication. And like you said, uncensored communication is always the most authentic. So it's just about reaching people. That's what my company in Connecticut is called State of Mind Media Group, and my company down here is called Click. So it's always about your state of mind and making ideas click. I think those are two concepts that really work well when looking at connecting people.
All right, now this is your time after all, and I pass the show over to you. Was there anything you want to ask me, or is there any subjects you're passionate about?
I guess the main thing I'm passionate about is business. So I guess this is the anniversary of your show as well. So do you normally interview entrepreneurs? What are some of the stories that have come up from other business owners?
Well, I pretty much interview, actually not the camera on my hands. I pretty much interview actors, actresses, models, CEOs. I interview pretty much everyone. As far as business owners and CEOs, I interviewed people like yourself, who are up and coming. But that's really about it. They told me their stories, but I don't remember them at the time. Off the top of my head, but it's like I said, I just interview anyone who wants to just support a cause and make a new friend out of it and just support my message, basically. If that answers your question.
Yeah, definitely. What's your message?
Basically, it's the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any type of disability. But you should never give up or have people label you, and you should prove to them you can still mount to something.
That's awesome, and congratulations on that. I'm a big believer in that as well. I'm actually going through a life coaching certification program. So with that, we always look at the world that everyone is great and fantastic just the way they are, and it's not looking at fixing situations, but really pushing people beyond capacities to achieve what you want. And I think it's awesome that you are a spokesperson for people with disabilities and showing that anything in life is possible. Because we all have our challenges, and sometimes the labels and stereotypes can become difficult or make it more difficult. But when you don't let those circumstances get in the way of you achieving your dreams, then anything is possible, So I definitely commend you with creating this space where you can talk to and meet new people. And, I know it's a lot of work trying to get on the schedules of busy people, and I see that you've done that. So congratulations. That's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Now, going back to your two companies, which one is your favorite, number one, and what is the big difference of the two?
Sure. So I don't have a favorite. It's like asking a mother to choose between her two favorite children. My companies are my children. God knows they cost me enough money. The distinct difference is that State of Mind Media Group is more media-centric and about entertainment, and they reach different audiences. So it's more of a business-to-consumer market, where Click is really about working with organizations and corporations. The big vision, of course, as an entrepreneur, I have these resources behind me, and my goal is as I continue to connect with new people, I really want to see more synergies between entertainment in corporate America and more synergies between nonprofit and for-profit alliances. It's really just about empowering the community. And both companies work with that same mission. And like you were saying, sometimes it's difficult to really kind of work through things when you have certain stereotypes that prohibit you from doing that. So my goal in my work is to really polish things in a way and communicate them in a way where everyone can come together in a safe space and create something awesome and amazing despite circumstances or stereotypes, and do something untraditional and unconventional and very fun, but something that makes a big impact.
Now sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Now, for people who want to know, how would you get, sponsors? For your company, how do you go about getting sponsors and advertisers? And what would be your advice for people out there who, someone like me, how to get sponsors and advertisers?
Sure. So sponsorship and advertisement is about two things. It's about relationships and it's about numbers, right? So the numbers are saying, hey, I reach an audience and I reach an audience well, and by advertising with us, we can deliver your message in a way that's going to create results for your company, right? So any company or corporation always looks at the bottom line. If they're going to, well, they should be looking at the bottom line anyway. If a company is going to provide sponsorship money or advertising dollars, one, it has to align with their image, and two, it has to be able to provide some type of return. A company is not going to advertise with someone who doesn't have a proven market share, or someone who's not going to be able to help push their company in a direction that the company is looking to work in, right? And then relationships is the next big thing. I always like to say people do business with people who they know and who they like. It's all about creating those relationships. And sometimes you just have to put yourself in that environment where you get a chance to meet people who you really want to work with. It's not something that happens overnight. Some corporations have the structures where they reach outside of their comfort zone and reach outside of their networks to work with different communities and different people. And that's always encouraged, so people can get outside of their reach, their normal reach. But it takes a special effort to really be able to select what efforts a corporation is going to stand behind. So as far as my media company, we don't really seek sponsorships right now. We have a merchandise company that we're building, and a lot of our revenue is through the LVSH Boutique, which is our clothing line. And as that begins to grow, we'll be able to better fund our own efforts. We look at doing a lot of things more in-house and through partnership, and not so much through sponsorship, but advertising our endorsement opportunities.
Yeah, you mentioned merchandise, and you mentioned what type of merchandise would you go for?
Sure. So it really depends on what your company image is, right? So, for the company that we have in Connecticut, we do our clothing line is called LVSH, Live Victorious, Stay Humble, and we have more of a casual clothing line. So it's more like hooded sweatshirts, hats, t-shirts. And the reason why we do that is because the message Live Victorious, Stay Humble is about being comfortable and being able to be comfortable in whatever it is that you wear and not feel a stereotype behind it. So when you wear our hooded sweatshirts or our t-shirts, which are a very clean, simple, polished look, anyone from a CEO to someone in Africa or someone in Japan or someone in the US can wear it with pride, because everyone lives for those moments of victory, and that moment that you achieve that, you definitely want to celebrate it, but still stay humble enough in a way to be impactful. So that aligns with our corporate vision of, empowerment and togetherness and being able to connect people. Click, I don't really invest in merchandising for Click because, like I said, it's more of a business-to-business environment. So, sometimes, of course, I'll get gifts for clients and, merchandise, paraphernalia as gifts, but I don't do anything humongous because that brand is going to create itself out of experience and expertise.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, I was thinking about buying some of John Cena's merchandise because he walks around saying, he has this little bag thing that says never give up, and he has a little sweatband that says never give up. And it's like, well, that's... I liked the Doctor of Thugonomics, when he was imitating Eminem. But, to see him now, it's kind of like... It's just kind of corny. But, I do like to never give up, and and it goes with my statement. One reason I like it a lot is because I'm telling people with a disability, never give up and prove to people you can still amount to something. So I was thinking about buying my own, thing like that and just doing my own thing. But I know then it's kind of like copywriting and gimmick infringement, but still, it's the same message.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what it's all about. Everyone is always going through their own stuff. And, we all look for those words of encouragement to get through the next day, the next moment, the next year. So I see that lifestyle marketing becoming more present in our community, which I think is awesome. When celebrities are able to coin and brand a message with the intent to empower and uplift, I think that's what having a platform like that is all about. So, yeah.
Now, when people would say to you, hustle, loyalty, and respect, what do those three words mean to you?
A hustle, loyalty, and respect? Life. Because you have to hustle. You have to, you asked the question about sports, and I lived my life through the eyes of basketball. It's all about being able to have that hustle, have that determination, being able to work harder than anyone else on your team and the opposing teams, to be able to create what you want, whether it's that winning championship game or bringing together a team. That hustle mentality is so important. The people who win in life are the people who are willing to not stop. And they're willing to not stop until they achieve what they want. So I think that's so important. It's so vital. Loyalty is essential as well, because again, it is all about team and it's about partnership. You can't get through this world alone, so when you are able to find someone and something that works or a synergy that makes sense, whether it's in business or in personal life or whatever, they're all the same. You should stay loyal, and stay loyal in a sense of what is that commitment that we made to each other and how do we make sure we withstand that. That's what loyalty is. It's about communicating well and about making sure that whoever's involved in the situation knows what's going on and you're completely transparent. that work and you stay in that commitment, you tend to be able to produce results. So that's pretty awesome life lessons that are learned around that as well. And not everyone is going to be loyal. Some people have their ulterior motives and the things that they want to do in life and their selfish tendencies. And that's okay, because sometimes when you encounter those people, they have their own sense of doing things, and they'll get to where they need to go in life, but that never says anything bad about you or what you do. And sometimes you have to know what you're willing to accept in your life and what you're not, and how to notice when that shows up and step away from that. Respect. Respect is something that should be given but is always earned. Respect is something where you should definitely live life in a way where you respect others for exactly who they are and not wanting to change them and not wanting to create something different. But respect is being able to accept in every sense of the word. It's being able to own someone for what they want to create. If someone comes up to me and says that they're a producer, it's like, awesome, great. Well, I respect you in the sense that you're a producer because that's who you're presenting yourself as. That doesn't mean that I'm going to work with every person who comes up and says they're a producer, but respect is something that should be given in that aspect and should be non-judgmental. But it's also earned. Just because you come up and say that's your one thing, you do have to do the work to sustain that title. You can't claim that you're CEO, you can't claim that you're founder, you can't claim that you're MVP unless if you put in the work to really sustain that. And that respect is earned in that sense when you put in the work of the 24-hour nonstop getting things done and making the sacrifices to push through, and that sense of dedication. And when you have that earned respect, sometimes it means a lot more and it's held at a higher regard than the given respect.
That's true. Now, wrapping up, do you have any funny stories you like to share, or any words of wisdom?
I'm not so much of a comedian, so not so much of the funny stories. Words of wisdom. Follow your passion, but always be responsible. I think I say that because sometimes we always get hooked up into the conundrum, am I doing what I love or am I doing what I have to do just to be responsible? And I believe you can have both. And the wise words that were given to me is that when you have a particular image in your mind and there's something that you want, just own it. Own it with that sense of passion and work towards it with that desire, but make sure that you integrate and be smart about your planning so you can be responsible and get things done. Life is never easy. Different things show up all the time. But life is the longest but shortest thing we ever experience. And the best thing you can do is just do what you know is in your heart and let your mind follow that.